While we're on the subject of Kyle, I've just got a couple more stories I'd like to share with you. The first one comes from his old man.
Yeah. Oh.
Through his life, Kyle's had many interests, some fleeting, some have stuck with him a bit longer. These reactions show that the stories we're telling are true. You know what I mean? It's only a short story, so I won't keep it on. Kyle, let's say Kyle's had many interests. At school, believe it or not, really into music, loved it, wanted to take it up, it's going to be a hobby.
Oh God, here we go.
Kyle's favourite instrument at school was the dinner bell. Seriously though, football. Kyle loves his football.
Yeah.
And he's a goalie.
Wow.
We're telling him to speak, so he's a goalie. And I was fortunate enough to witness him at his peak a couple of years ago. And I got a full demonstration of his, untapped goalkeeping ability. So I'll set the scene for you. We just walked out of Anne Summers. It was payday for Kyle, so he decided to treat himself to a set of them exotic love beats. He never told me what they were for, but my name's Kyle. So we walked out down Summers, and we've looked up, and to our astonishment, the boo hall is on fire. That's not funny. And anyway, a bit of a crowd starting to gather, the boo hall's on fire, and all you can hear is some woman stuck at the top screaming, my baby, someone save my baby. So anyway, I've turned around to the car and I said, look mate, I said, you've got the safest hands in Hereford, yeah? I said, you need to get over there, make yourself an hero, it's your time to shine. And Kyle, never one to disappoint, puffs his chest out like this, nearly rips his t-shirt, puffs his chest out, smashes through the crowd like Moses parting the Dead Sea. Stands, ear to there, this will explain his permanent redness, ear to there from the top. Shouts to the woman who's panicking now, don't you worry love, I'm a goalie, safest hands in Hereford, I've played in the Hereford Club. I have played at Egger Street, you can trust me. So the woman's looked down and thought, fire, Kyle, they're both about the same colour. I'll go with Kyle. So she lobs the baby out, true to his word, baby comes down, Kyle snaps straight back into football mode. Catches it, brings it into his chest, cradles him into his arms, says, don't you worry little fella, I've got you, say it. Anyway, the crowd, upon seeing this, because there's a fair old crowd there, which was a pretty big fire, right? A lot of cars went up, sad day for the car industry. A lot of cars lost. So anyway, the crowd jumped into a massive fanfare, applause, screaming and that. Kyle switched straight back into Egger Street mode, he's there, in front of the floodlights. So I've looked over at Kyle and watched in horror as he bounced the poor baby twice and just boots him in the head.
Whilst on the subject of football, I've been fortunate enough, or unfortunate enough, to play with Kyle and against him. He used to think of himself as a bit of a player. He had a little spell up front. Nah, he was pretty awful to be honest. Midfield, bad midfielder. Goalkeeper though, nah, shocking. Pretty bad in all positions to be honest. Hope you get a bit more luck with that soon. But in all honesty now, Kyle came up to me about a week ago, all excited, and he said, you never guess what mate, Sophie wants to make the most of our wedding night. I thought, no. He said, so what Jay, she suggested the Kama Sutra. I thought, bloody hell. But anyway, Kyle being Kyle, gets online, has a quick look at the Kama Sutra. He thought, I can't do none of that. Maybe 10 years ago, yeah, but I can't. So he thinks, oh, I can't do that. So he thought, I've got a good idea. I'll ring up the Hereford Leisure Centre. So he rings up the Hereford Leisure Centre, talks to an instructor, and says, mate, you couldn't do me a massive favour, could you? I've got to learn the splits by next week. Okay. He says, yeah, I don't see why not. I'm flexible, are you? Kyle not being invited says, well, I can't do Tuesdays.
On a serious note now though, fuck off. Any monkey can swear. On a serious note though, Kyle, you're a top bloke, mate.
Yay!
I don't need to go over there and say how good you are. Seriously, you know, over the last 10 years, you've been there for a lot for me. Like, do you know what I mean? I don't know how to repay you really, because you've been there for a lot, and it's that I just thanks, you know.
Oh, sweet, man. Give me a kiss.
But seriously though, me and Doc and I, like, we spent the last month worrying about this speech.
Who's Doc?
Jason and I spent the last month worrying about this speech, what to put in it, how to make it funny, you know, just basically try and do good by Kyle, you know what I mean. But then the point came to us the other day when we was like finishing writing it, that no one could be more proud and honoured to stand where we are today and represent you, mate, on your
Well,
special
boys.
day. Like me and Doc spent quite a bit. Me and Jay, sorry, spent quite a bit of time together over the last couple of months organising your stag do. Well, yeah,
Shit, dude.
day before the wedding and that, like time together organising things, and we genuinely had the conversation, and we think you've got a complete package, mate. You know, you're the luckiest guy in our eyes. You've got the best mates you could wish for. I know actually what that's beautiful, to be honest, but if you want to laugh. You've got, seriously, I'll say it again, you've got the best mates you could wish for. You've got a darling baby boy, Dexter, mate. I don't get to spend any time, you know, hanging out with him as his cool Uncle Tyler as I wish, because I live away, but like this morning was just, you know, just to be, you know, messing around with him and just playing and watching him crawl like a crab, and that was quality. And then, I hope it would flow a bit better than that, but, and it brings me on to my next point, that you've got a darling wife in Sophie, a beautiful woman. So, like I say, mate, in our eyes, you're 25 and a bit of jackpot, do you know what I mean? I'm 25, cling on to my youth son, I'm 26. So I just like you all to stand.
Yes.
Yeah. I know it's the second time today. You know, you have to see food, so come on, I think it's easy food. And I'd like you all to raise a glass to Mr. and Mrs. Kyle Waring.
Also, raise a glass to the best man with the biggest things, right?
I'd just like to say to the bride and groom, may the best memories of your past be the worst memories of your future. Sophie.